From Neural Newscast, this is Deep Dive, exploring the moments that shape today.
Welcome to Deep Dive. It is June 11th, and today we are looking at a moment in 1776 that fundamentally redirected the Western world. This was the day the Continental Congress decided it was time to move beyond debate and put their case for independence into writing. They certainly didn't just wing it. On this day, they appointed what we now call the Committee of Five. It was a group specifically chosen to draft the Declaration of Independence. When you look at the names, Daniel, it really is a political dream team. Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, and Robert Livingston. It is a fascinating lineup because while history often focuses solely on Jefferson, the committee was carefully balanced to represent different colonial interests. You had the intellectual weight of Franklin from Pennsylvania and the legal mind of Adams from Massachusetts. But Adams famously pushed for Jefferson to be the primary author because he recognized Jefferson's prowess with a pen. It is such a great example of strategic delegation. Adams actually thought his own reputation was too abrasive at the time, and he believed a Virginian should lead the effort to ensure the southern colonies felt fully invested. It was about the narrative as much as it was about the law. Exactly. They were building an infrastructure for a new government. It wasn't just a grievance list. It was about creating a foundational document that could withstand scrutiny from the rest of the world and unite 13 very different colonies. While that committee was busy building a nation, June 11th also marks the beginning of some lives that would later explore very different frontiers. We have three incredible birthdays today, starting with the man who basically introduced us to the underwater world, Jacques Cousteau. Cousteau was born in 1910. He wasn't just an explorer, he was a co-inventor of the aqualung. That piece of technology is what allowed humans to breathe underwater for extended periods, effectively opening up the ocean floor for both science and filmmaking. He brought that curiosity to our living rooms through his documentaries. It is that same kind of imaginative spirit we see in our next birthday, Gene Wilder, born in 1933. Whether it was the whimsical intensity of Willy Wonka or the frantic genius in Young Frankenstein, he had this unique ability to be both hilarious and deeply human. Wilder had a way of anchoring even the most absurd characters in something real. And speaking of actors who redefine the roles they play, we also celebrate Peter Dinklage today, born in 1969. Most people know him as Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones, but his impact on the industry goes so much deeper than one role. He really challenged the traditional casting of leading men. He proved that charisma and complex character work are what truly command a screen. Between Cousteau's oceans and the creative worlds of Wilder and Dinklage, June 11th is a massive day for human expression. And that expression needs a medium, which brings us to our fact of the day. In 1935, on this very date, inventor Edwin Armstrong gave the first public demonstration of FM radio broadcasting. Before this, AM radio was the standard, but it was prone to static and interference. FM was a game changer because it focused on frequency modulation rather than amplitude. For the average listener, it meant high-fidelity sound. It basically laid the groundwork for the modern audio experience, Daniel, including what we are doing right now. It is a reminder that technical innovation often follows the same path as the political and creative ones we have discussed. Someone identifies a limitation, like the noise of AM radio or the restrictions of British rule, and they build a better system to overcome it. That is a perfect way to look at it. From the Committee of Five drafting a vision for freedom, to Armstrong cleaning up the airwaves, June 11th is really about the power of a well-crafted message. It certainly is. Whether it is written on parchment or sent through the air, the way we communicate our ideas defines our history. That's all for today's look at the past on Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us. Visit deepdive.neuralnewscast.com for more. Deep Dive is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. Explore history every day on Neural Newscast.
This has been Deep Dive on Neural Newscast, exploring the moments that shape today.